Both Cincinnati and UCF get major wins. And the reason I say major is because it keeps their season alive, or at least keeps their March Madness hopes alive. I'm not going to say that UCF or Cincinnati won't go to the NIT, because they will both get invited to the NIT. What I will say is that UCF has one path to March Madness, and that is winning the Big 12 tournament. And Cincinnati has one path to March Madness, and that is winning today against Kansas. To break these games down, Oklahoma State, once again down the stretch, felt like it was almost non-competitive. UCF is a really long, physical, good basketball team. Oklahoma State is a storied program. Eddie Sutton, thank you, is a storied program in the Big 12 who has won at times-ish under Mike Boynton and now is completely fallen apart. 12-20 overall, 4-14 in conference play. There's a point in this game I almost had to turn it off. 50-32 is like, I'm at work. What am I doing? And then once it gets like this, 60-35, 60-37, somewhere in that range. It's like, I can't keep watching this. It is non-competitive. An embarrassing showing in the first game of the Big 12 tournament for the Pokes. And it's the last game that Mike Boynton will coach there. I saw Boynton get thrown out in Waco a couple of years ago. And the first thing he does, he walks across the floor, and instead of walking straight out, walks across the floor to Scott Drew, man-to-man, face-to-face, nose-to-nose, shakes his hand, says, "Coach, heck of a game. Heck of a game. Best of luck to you the rest of the way." And Scott gave him a hug. He's a respected figure in college basketball. He's just no longer the head basketball coach at Oklahoma State. I wonder who's next. We've seen a lot of first-year success. Grant McCaslin, Jerome Tang, we've seen a lot of first-year success out of Big 12 coaches, namely the ones that have come from Baylor. Maybe John Jacobs is the next off the board. For Oklahoma State, we created an entire Big 12 built around Scott Drew coaching tree guys because, well, it's worked for Texas Tech and Kansas State for sure, especially in year one. Then for West Virginia and Cincinnati, there's a point where Cincinnati's down by 10 in the second half of this game, and I'm thinking, well, that's not good, because I really, really thought the Bearcats could go on a run in Kansas City, and through my mind, I'm thinking, it's just not going to happen. That's going to be the saddest thing, the saddest what if. What if this could have been a sneaky Sweet 16 team out of that 11 spot? Don't have to worry about it, at least not yet, exactly. Beating West Virginia 90-85. And funny thing, I talked about how bringing in these four new teams from the AAC and BYU, like that's going to possibly dilute the end of the conference. And the worst two teams in the conference were Oklahoma State and West Virginia. West Virginia didn't even win 10 games, and I can only say sorry, give my condolences to that fan base. You didn't ask for this. You didn't deserve this. This is not something that was obviously your fault. And West Virginia could have been a top 5 team in the Big 12 had circumstances been different, and had Bob Huggins not done the wrong thing. He did the wrong thing and he got fired for it. West Virginia's season is done. There's no CBI. There's no NIT. There's no nothing. And Lukosius for Cincinnati. Dede Thomas, Dede Richards. For Cincinnati, watching those two guys go back and forth, one of them having an unbelievable first half, the other having an unbelievable second half, both of them lighting it up from three and making 7 apiece. If you do that again, and then you do it again and again and again and again, that's where Cincinnati becomes dangerous down the stretch in March Madness. And I would love it. As many Big 12 teams that want to become dangerous as possible down this stretch, please do it. For Cincinnati, for UCF, nicely done. You beat a couple of Big 12 teams that have been around for a long time, and your tournament hopes are alive. Cincinnati's are much better than the Golden Knights. Sorry, Knights of Central Florida. Wink. And I think the Bearcats are a win away. I think UCF is a win of the Big 12 tournament away. But boy, if both these teams keep winning, what if we get, and Kansas State, what if we get 12 teams? If UCF wins the Big 12 tournament, 12 teams in a March Madness? It would happen, actually. This has been as abrupt, wasn't it? Come back tomorrow. We'll break down all those games. We're flipping late night. I'm going to Baton Rouge for the Bananas and the Party Animals. So it's going to be a blast. Alex Box Stadium. I'm going to see Mike the Tiger. I'm excited about that. This has been Always Will Be Locked On. Thanks for making it your first listen every single day. Dose Grande.